Me and my friends would like to welcome you to Moidart and a little loop that we're calling the Moidart Lollipop. Aren't we? Yes. I find it so hard to get going these early mornings, and forgetting that I had a drive to get to the start of this particular ride means I'm not going to... Oh, it's 11:15. This is Jacobite country, and it's inevitable that we're going to touch on quite a lot of history. Most of the ride is going to be in Moidart, which is where Bonnie Prince Charles Edward Stuart, came and started the 1745 rebellion, but we've come across the divide between it and Loch Shiel because this is where he sailed up to Glenfinnan, and you can see a bit about the monument there in this video, which is one of the best rides in Scotland. The ride I'm doing today will cross between the two glens, and I called it a lollipop because it kind of looks like that on the map.
Okay, a misshapen lollipop, but you get the idea. Ride half the loop, turn right and ride the stick out and back, then return and finish the loop.
Now, I've known this bit until now, and if we were to carry on down that road, we'd get to a place where we have done a swim out to St Finnan's Isle. So I know that. This all is new to me, but that Glen Moidart sign is very promising. My usual rule is that if the track appears as a black dashed line on the Ordnance Survey map, that means it's pushable but not usually rideable. This one is a clear exception, because I'm pretty sure that before the modern road was built, this would have been the main way between these two glens. So this route would have been an important coffin road, because in Loch Shiel there is a particularly important burial island. My New Year's Day video about AIDS seems to have struck a chord with many people, and if you've subscribed to the channel because of that, then you're very welcome here. I am progressing the idea, but I won't be doing regular updates just in my general videos because, well, I could get a little bit boring. If you did want to know more, well, you might want to check out Joining the Channel, my production crew and adventure crew who kind of get more involved with the channel. They receive regular exclusive videos, and I will be updating them on the progress that I'm making. And if you're scratching your head and saying, adventure crew, production crew, what are they? Well, these names alongside here, they are people who have supported the channel in that way. And if you'd like to find out more about it, just click the join button below any video, and I'll pop up and tell you all about it. It's really rough here where the cows have been. Well, it's soft but rough, you know what I mean? Heading downhill now to Glen Moidart. Down there I can see Loch Moidart, that's the North Channel, and behind that mountain in the mist, that is the Sgurr of Egg, the hill on the island of Egg. These cairns are quite interesting because there's a good chance that they were the resting points for the coffins when they carried them across to the burial island. The team of pallbearers would sit the coffin on there, take 5, and then move on. Oh, it's fine until you get near where the cattle and sheep have been. Then it just gets as clarty and as slippy as anything. Whoa! Jesus! It certainly wasn't like that in his day. That cairn up there, that's General Ross's cairn. The OS map dates it 1863, but I think he died later than that. So someone's got the dates wrong. Probably me. Hello. Now, you're okay, honest, you really are. You really are. You're a little bit more determined, so I'm going to walk around you. I'm just going to give you a bit of a wider berth. You might think I'm being awfully cautious, but I know a few people who've been injured quite badly by cows. So, yeah, I'm always a bit cautious around them. Well, that's the lollipop bit of the lollipop done, the head as it were. I've now got to decide how far up the stick I want to go. So I could return now, but I'm going to go on for a little bit further. Glen Moidart is absolutely spectacular, and this is one of those roads that doesn't really go anywhere. It's one road in and one road out. Consequently, it's overlooked by most people and it's quiet. The last time I was here was on a writing assignment. I used to write quite a bit for TGO, the Great Outdoors magazine, and we came up this way with the deputy editor then, John Manning, and equipment editor Chris Townsend. And the three of us walked from Kinloch Moidart over 2 days up to Glen Finnan, where we left their cars. The idea then was we were testing out ultralight kit, seeing just how light you could go. This was quite a few years ago, and that was the last time I was up this glen. So it's interesting to see what's changed. Now this sign actually quotes the Land Reform Act of 2003, and to say there's no public access along here. And I think what they're getting at is that the track goes right through the curtilage of a house, but at least they have signposted a different way to go, and that's the one I'm going to take. This is what I'd come to see, this view of the upper reaches of the glen. It really is spectacular. I think I'm going to go as far as the hydro, or the shed that is up there. I think that might be the point to turn round, because time's getting on. I'm riding along trying to watch the ground for all the loose boulders, but also trying to watch the sky for the possibility of a seagull. It's quite tricky trying to do both.
There have been reports of those magnificent raptors visiting this glen.
On a day like this, a place like this feels like a very quiet, deserted, lonely glen. But if you look around, you can see signs of previous industry, I suppose. Farming. You've got the sheilings over here, which would have been for the sheep in those early days. And nowadays, I'm fairly sure there is a hydroelectric scheme running from the Lochan at the top of this bank, which is neither very good to ride or good to descend. And at the bottom here, this to me looks like a turbine house. Again, these are the modern industry, modern small-scale hydroelectric schemes that have cropped up all over the Highlands.
These landowners did know how to make their estates look pretty, didn't they? Speaking as I was of industry out here, this is one of Scotland's rural, big, modern employers. There's a heck of a lot of people do not like the approach that salmon farms take. Undeniably though, it employs an awful lot of people around here. Now you might think that the balance doesn't weigh one against the other, and I'm not going to come down on either side of that argument. All we need now is for a log lorry to come down the glen and we'd have the triumvirate: hydroelectric, salmon farming and timber. I'm nearly back at where I left the car, and I'm going to have to hurry because I have to drop my car off to get serviced and then ride home, and by which time it's probably going to be dark. So I'll leave you now. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up please, subscribe if you haven't, check out the join button. I'll see you again next time. All the best, bye.